Hi guys! For the third day of my 12 days of Christmas, we'll be working on this glitter placement candy cane angled French tip. I know some people are not down with the glitter placement because it does take a little while, but this is a design that kind of shortens up that process because obviously the whole nail is not covered with glitter. So if you'd like to see how I did this, just stay tuned. Starting out with clean dry nails, I'm going to apply my base coat. I'm using Ready for Takeoff, which is a peel-off base coat, and you can use whichever is your personal favorite. For my base color, I'm going to be using OPI Kyoto Pearl, which I think I may also have used for last year's candy cane, just because the pearlescent finish really does put me in mind of kind of hard candy. I'll be using two different sizes of glitter. The larger glitter is Martha Stewart in Garnet, and the smaller glitter is Recollections in Cherry. They look a little bit different in their little bottles or jars or whatever you want to call them, but they look pretty similar once they get on the nail. And I just put a few out in these little cup bottoms. It allows them to spread out in kind of a single layer that's easy to pick up with a wet orange stick. And to stick them, I'll be using Sally Hansen Invisible. So I'm going to start out just to demonstrate. I think I'll go on my ring finger since it's a little bit bigger than my pinky, easier to see. I'm just going to draw, or paint rather, some clear at a diagonal, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start placing the glitter. I'm aiming the flat side for kind of like the tip of my nail, and then I'll just connect the others as I go at an angle. So once I finish applying them in this direction, I'll do the small ones, and they're a little bit more difficult to line up exactly, but since they're smaller, you don't really notice as much if they're not lined up. So I'm just going to try and apply those as straight as I can with a little bit of gap of white in between underneath the larger line. Finally, finish everything off with a top coat, and as usual, I'm using Seche Vite. You want to make sure and do a nice thick coat or even two coats, just to make sure you don't get any edges lifting on the glitter. So here's the finished design, and I'm not 100% happy with it. I don't hate it by any means, but I feel like my hands were really shaking a lot when I was placing the glitter, which obviously made things more difficult. And I also feel like it would look more like a French tip if my nails were a little bit longer. But I don't dislike it. I don't hate it. There are some things I would change. We'll put it that way. I definitely would love to know what you guys think. You could also obviously repeat this pattern over the whole nail rather than just doing it as a French tip. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already so that you can be notified of the rest of the series. And as always, thanks for watching.